Hey everybody, welcome back. We're on day 2 of remote learning. I'm trying a new microphone this time, so hopefully I sound far easier to understand than I did in the last few. In our day 1 lesson, we had looked at a little bit of intro to drugs, a little bit about what drug toxicity is, things that are poisonous, famous instances of poisonings. Today we're going to look at mostly the illegal ones. We got, I think, like 10 slides, or we may even finish it today. But either way, we'll have a little bit more to do on our toxicology project today. It's also posted on the Google Classroom, and we'll meet for Google Meets here soon as well. Starting up with today, we're going to check out what a controlled substance is. There's 5 categories, and it's a drug that's legal, and it can be sold, it can be possessed, and the use of it is slightly restricted, though. So this would be ones that you get from like a pharmacy. So these are legal drugs that you can take for mostly medicinal purposes, and they're not over-the-counter ones. You have to actually purchase them with a prescription. Other than that, they are mostly illegal drugs. Most violations are in prison. If there's ones that are more significant than the federal prison system, here's just a wild statistic for you. Over 50% of the federal prison population is for drug offenders. That doesn't necessarily mean just users. That can also be sellers, distributors, any type of moving. So it's not just usage. I actually don't know if it's for usage or not. Since I'm using a new setup today, all my fill in the blank words are going to be in odd locations. So you can see where illegal is not in a normal area. You'll see that with some of these later too. But yeah, there's 5 classes here. We have hallucinogens, narcotics, stimulants, steroids, and depressants. The hallucinogens, they're plant-based, and they affect pretty much everything that your senses do. That's why you have a hallucination. It's because your senses are picking up something that probably is not there. Possible examples, we have mescaline, marijuana, and mushrooms. Now, these are all plant-based things, but they certainly affect all of your senses, your thinking, your awareness, and your emotions as well. Other hallucinogens such as LSD, MDMA, which is used in amphetamines, and PCP angel dust are chemically manufactured, so those have to go through a process before they're turned into their form. PCP has been used for things, certainly as an anesthetic. Same thing with, I think cocaine had the same usage at one time, that it was used as an anesthetic, so like a numbing up before a procedure or surgery, but it's no longer used because of the hallucinations. Narcotics, they reduce pain. They suppress the central nervous system to relay pain messages to the brain, so the brain doesn't receive those messages anymore. So your body is still feeling the pain, but your brain is not sensing the pain, so you don't feel that pain anymore, that's really the point of it. A few examples here: opium, heroin, and codeine. Those are all very, very big time narcotics. But the lesser ones, and those are listed here: hydrocodone, like Vicodin, methadone, morphine, oxycodone, and codeine-based pain relievers such as Tylenol 3, which is Tylenol combined with codeine. They're all much more powerful than like a typical ibuprofen you would get just buying at the store. Stimulants. These increase energy. alertness, and they help your productivity, but they also suppress appetite. Afterwards, depression. So you feel a crash later on when it wears off. Great stimulant being used every day is caffeine. By great, I mean it's one that's used widely. But coffee has a lot of caffeine, and some people require that more than others all the time. But it certainly ups your energy, alertness, and productivity. Suppresses your appetite. That can so if you're not feeling very hungry, maybe it's because you had some caffeine or some type of stimulant. Other examples: amphetamines, methamphetamines, cocaine. These are all very, very highly addictive. All stimulants have some sort of addictiveness, but those ones are far, far more addictive than other ones. Steroids. They help cell and tissue growth. These are not natural things. They have to be made. They're most similar to testosterone, but they're also used in a lot of things. Ways that anabolic steroids are used: treat delayed puberty, so to encourage that to move along; impotence and muscle wasting caused by HIV, so that helps to regrow back cell and tissues during an HIV infection. But there's a lot of negatives here. Acne, increased body hair, baldness, high blood pressure, cholesterol go up, impaired fertility in male, blood clotting, kidney or liver cancer, and heart attack. So these are all very, very negative things, but they have been used for some positives. There's just a huge risk with these ones. Ones that fix anxiety and promote sleep and calm feelings. Yes, those are called depressants. They slow your heart rate down. They slow your brain activity. They help make you drowsy. So they help you relax, is what the depressants are all about. Things that they also do to you: your speech may slur, you could lose some coordination, and you may enter a state of intoxication. So this is all promoted by the relaxing. If you're far, far more relaxed, of course, you're going to lose some coordination. Overdosing, abnormally slow heart rate, possible coma or death. Depressants and alcohol should never be mixed. The effects are greatly, greatly increased, and your health risks greatly, greatly increase as well. By effects being heightened, this means that if the depressant is promoting you to have a slower heart rate and drowsiness, that means if alcohol is being mixed with it, you'll be even more drowsy and your heart will slow even more. And those are both very dangerous. Natural ones. The organic toxins are things produced by living critters. These ones are dangerous. They're usually proteins that get put into another living thing. They're usually absorbed through the intestines or the skin, secreted by an animal, and are transferred to humans. Just a couple examples: bees or snakes. But you could go on and on and on with this. You could go with like spiders and jellyfish. Basically anything that stings and has poison is definitely falling into this category. And these are all very, very dangerous toxins. Alcohols. All alcohols are toxic, yes. Methanol. We mentioned this on Monday. It forms formaldehyde, and it also forms formic acid, which is very dangerous. Those are both very, very bad for humans. Methanol is a alcohol that just has one carbon. Ethanol is a alcohol that has two carbons. So this is grain alcohol. When it is metabolized in the body, it's converted to acetaldehyde instead of formaldehyde, and then that is metabolized into acetic acid, and that's just the same formula as like based vinegar is. That's acetic acid. If too much acetaldehyde is metabolized inside your body, classic symptoms: hangover, headache, nausea, and weakness. Chronic use, what does it hurt? Well, it hurts a lot of things, but the thing that is most likely to receive damage, your liver, of course. Bacterias could have toxins. The real big one here is botulism, produced by Clostridium botulinum. It's a neurotoxin, so it paralyzes the muscles. That's dangerous. If you've heard of Botox, Botox is a form of the botulinum toxin. However, it's been purified. It's been used as, usually you hear about it being used for cosmetic treatment. Helps, I don't really know what it's used for. Something about getting rid of wrinkles, I think. But this is a purified form of it. So it's not the actual botulism toxin that's being injected, thank goodness. It's a purified part. Clostridium tetani is the bacteria that produces tetanus. So every, I think it's 10 years, you're suggested to get a tetanus shot. You get this big shot, and then they keep that on track at the local health department, wherever you are. And this poison results in muscle spasms, torn muscles, and lockjaw. Lockjaw is terrifying. That's when your jaw will literally not move. It's stuck in position, so it won't move anymore. Worldwide, 1 million deaths on average from tetanus every year, which is really sad because it's very, very preventable. In the United States, on average, 5 deaths. And those are typically people who have not been vaccinated for the tetanus shot.